Hey guys, thanks a lot for stopping by and welcome to ZBL. Now let's get started with soloing over the chord progression of Autumn Leaves, okay? And the very first thing that comes to mind is the importance of the third in each and every chord within the progression. And you will know just what I mean by that when we get into the lesson that's coming up next. Okay, so let's start learning the thirds to all of the chords in Autumn Leaves, okay? And it really isn't a random decision that I'm starting with the third, or it's not just out of the blue. It is basically the most important note in every chord, the third is, once you have established the root to a chord. Okay, so we will get the quality, the major or minor quality of each chord within this progression by pinpointing the third to each of these chords, okay? And also, when you start to actually construct your lines, when you start to add more scale notes and chromatic concepts and all sorts of different things, the third is a real substantial and great and important starting point, or very strong is the right word really. It's a strong starting point for your melodies, and it's also a great resolution, to finish a line on the third. So either way, it's a very good start or a very good end to any line to use your third. Okay, so knowing all of that, so I really wanted you to know the importance of this note, the third itself. So let's just get through the chords, okay? And we'll start with C minor. C minor is the first chord in the changes when the actual tune is in G minor. So we'll start on the 4 minor chord, which is C minor. Okay, so I'm just going to play a C here quickly, and the C minor chord has an E flat as the third. Okay. Now the next chord, the F7, has got an A as the third. Okay. And the next chord is a B flat major 7, and that B flat major 7 has got a D as the third. Okay. And our next chord is an E flat major 7, sharp 11, and the third to an E flat major chord is the G. Okay. And that takes us down to the A half diminished chord, and that's a diminished triad plus a dominant 7th on the top. So we'll have the C as the third. So it's an A root with a C as the third. Okay, the A half diminished chord. Okay. The next chord is a D7. So the D7 will come with an F sharp as the third. Okay. And then the progression actually resolves down to a G minor chord, and a G minor is a G, obviously a G in the for the bass note, and a B flat as the third. Okay. And to turn back around to the second A section, we have a G7 at the very end, at the 8th bar of the A section, and that would be a G7. So the third will be a B natural. Now watch this, because this is a very important change in the progression. So when in the 7th bar you use the B flat for the G minor, and then you actually change that B flat to a B natural, that will really guide your ears back to this to the second A section, to that C minor chord. Okay. Now we haven't got a lot of other thirds actually. I think we've got an F minor towards the end of the progression at this stag. We've got a G minor, which is a B flat again, to a C dominant 7, which is an E. The third of that C dominant 7 is an E. Okay. And now we've got an F minor, which is an A flat for the third. So F root note A flat for the third, and then the B flat 7, which comes with the D as the third. Okay. And then the rest we already went through: the E flat to the G, and the A half diminished with the C, the D7 with the F sharp, and then the G with the B flat. Okay. Now I played these bass notes because I wanted you to have kind of a harmonic sensation, a harmonic way of hearing all these thirds, with their root notes as well. But what I do now, I'm just going to play these thirds kind of in time, slowly for you, and you'll be able to tell that even just playing the thirds, you'll pretty much probably will be able to pick out the root notes to each of the thirds, or actually kind of hear the shape of the chord changes. Okay, so let me just do that exactly. So I'm going to start on this E flat here. Okay, I might just count myself in a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. E flat, A for the F7, D for the B flat major, G for the E flat, C for the A, F sharp for the D7, now B flat for the G7, G minor 7, and now B for the G7, and now E flat for the C, A for the F7, D for the B flat major, and now G for the E flat major, C for the A half diminished, and now F sharp for the D7, and B flat, and again B flat for the G minor. Okay, and now the second, now the B section, the third 8-bar phrase will be starting with an A half diminished, so we'll have a C, then to an F sharp for the D7, and now a B flat for the G minor, now a B natural for the G7, and now it starts back to the C minor, so E flat to the C minor, A to the F7, D to the B flat, and G for the E flat, C for the A half diminished now, and F sharp for the D7. And now comes the tag, and this is really important because these changes come by really fast. You'll have 2 beats of G minor, 2 beats of C7, and another 2 beats of F minor, and 2 beats of B flat 7. So we'll go from the B flat, which is for the G minor, E for the C7, and now A flat for the F minor 7, D for the B flat 7, okay, and then G for the E flat major 7, and now to end the tune, we'll have a C for the half diminished, A half diminished, an F sharp for the D7, and a B flat for the G minor. And to turn it back around, back to the top again, we'll use that G7 again, which will become a 5 chord to the C minor. Okay? And then we'll start again on the E flat. So that is all the thirds of the progression itself. And also I actually have now played through the whole of the progression, picking out all of the thirds in each chord. Okay? And I've got a little play along here with me. So what I'm going to do, let me just start that play along. And I'm going to go through the whole of the progression. I'm not going to say anything now, but I want to give you a chance to really be able to listen to these thirds, listen to all of the thirds against the chord and a little bass note. You know, I just recorded the root bass notes to each chord with the chord itself. So let's just do that. Let's take a listen. Let's have a listen at that, because you will hear how important these thirds are to every chord. Okay. I hope that you had a chance to really listen to this and really hear that harmonic strength that each and every of these thirds actually gave us within the chord, and the guidance that these notes would give us, you know, to start our lines or end our lines on, you know, not end our lives on, end our lines on. That you know, it's a real great statement harmonically, you know, and also it's something that we can actually start to exploit for our melodic concepts, for our melodic phrases as well. Now, I was going to introduce the seventh here as well, but that would have made this lesson so long that I decided to put the seventh in a separate video. But for now, you guys, learn the thirds to each and every chord here, and remember that by that you're doing some really important work here, because the musical information that you're absorbing, that you're learning, will come up in a lot of different musical contexts. You know, the C minor 7 scale and the C minor 7 chord will be the C minor 7 chord in this tune and in a whole bunch of other tunes as well. So all in all, you're laying down some really important foundations here. Okay, so and again, do it really slowly, give yourself time, you know, just one chord at a time. Okay, so enjoy doing all this great work, and I'll see you next time.